What's up, y'all? It's about to be a new year. I know I haven't posted in a long time. I'm going to take this serious because I got a lot of information to share with the world about just being on my journey to greatness and your journey to greatness. Hopefully in the new year, we'll get that podcast going. But anyway, I thought I'd jump on here while I'm doing my nails. And I'm just learning how to do my nails the way I want to do them or whatever, just as a hobby. I used to do nails back in the day when I was like a teenager. I am a licensed esthetician amongst other things, but I never got my nail tech license. But anyway, I picked it up as a hobby, and I just really enjoyed learning different techniques. So I thought I'd jump on here while I'm sitting here trying to figure out what type of New Year nail set to do. But anyway, so this is as far as I've gotten, y'all. I done laid the base and everything. Anyway, so since it's the new year, it's a lot happening. There's going to be a lot going on. 2024. For those of y'all that don't know, like I said, my name is Key. I'm on my journey to greatness. I am a licensed clinical social work associate, meaning I'm in the preliminary stages of getting fully licensed, but I have been in the social work field for a long time. So I've done therapy and a bunch of other things. I also have a small contracting company that I run. It's a lot of different things. I also do small business consulting, lifestyle, makeup, bunch of different stuff. So we're going to have fun on my channel. Y'all subscribe. Y'all help me grow this channel. And yeah, stay tuned. So, but anyway, since it's the new year, I want to talk about Gypsie Rose. Okay, so she done got out of prison. Okay. Y'all don't worry about how I'm looking right now. I'll give y'all some sauce later. But right now, we just going to be how we are today. But anyway, so she done got out of the prison. And she's supposed to have been going to a football game, the Kansas City Chiefs, I think, or something. But anyway, bless her heart. She done got married, remarried. Well, she never was married, but she got married while she was in prison to a guy. And he picked her up from the prison. His name is Ryan Anderson. He is a school teacher. And I just, I'm just so happy for her. I know the circumstance, I feel like, you should never take someone's life, but I really feel like she really did not have, she felt like she didn't have any other way out. And like I said, I've been in years of social work and clinical therapy, mental health therapy. And you don't understand when people are in a certain mental state, that is their mental state. When you're in a rational state, we try to rationalize with irrational thinking. And that's where the problem comes in, because our expectations of what someone else's rational thinking would be, but they don't have it at that time, depending on environment or trauma or circumstance. And so she was able to spend like a late Christmas. Her husband, he was saying he was just glad to be able to have a nice get together. Her stepmother, I'm sorry, because her mother's deceased, which that happened, that was the whole burn of the story. But her stepmother says she has a spa day planned for her. She is a wrestling fan. And according to the People magazine, so her husband said one thing his wife asked for was to celebrate was she likes gumbo. And so he's from Louisiana, and he said that Gypsie loves his gumbo, and he plans on making her a big old gumbo for everybody. So at the little get together, he said then they're going to go out on a nice romantic night on the town. And I think that is wonderful, because if any of y'all followed the story, when she was in testimony with the boyfriend, she was explaining to the courts, and she was 23 years old when her mother was basically doing these things to her, was trying to fool people that she was like a teenager, but she was a grown woman. She was 23 years old. She had her dressed like a Disney princess going to see a Disney movie. So she really literally explained that her mother told her she was never going to let her get married, never let her have boyfriends, that is so psychologically damaging. So she really desperately felt like she needed to figure something out. I don't know if murder would have been, but personality, character, trauma, all those things, environment plays a role into that. Now, me personally, If my mama had been carrying on like that, I'd have just had to do what I wouldn't have killed my mother probably because of my personality, and it probably wouldn't have went that far. But nonetheless, well, my mama's deceased, but not because, none of that, but just the strong personality that I have, I would have had to go up against my mom. But it just, you never know what someone would do until they're in that state. And then I also feel like y'all comment below, y'all let me know, share this, subscribe to my channel. Y'all help me grow this channel. But honestly, I think even with the situation with the boyfriend, I feel like she dodged a bullet with him because he was sadistic. If you go back and listen to the court case and go back and listen to depositions and some of that stuff, like he did have a condition. He had autism, but which has nothing to do with certain parts of the psyche. But he also said that he was a vampire that was 500 years old. He also had these other sadistic thinking. She basically confirmed that he had these rape fantasies, and that when he went to kill her mother, she had to keep him from raping the mother. So I think even in the whole situation was really sad. But I think, with that, I mean, honestly speaking, who would have known if they wouldn't have done that and she would have ended up with this guy? I think she dodged a bullet with him because he had tendency to be, aggressive or violent and all these different rape fantasies. And she also spoke about him basically wanting her to clean up the blood from her own mother while she was naked. It was just a whole thing. So, but anyway, what y'all think? She's out. She's a free woman. Now, he's still in there. He is serving like a life sentence. Do y'all think that that's fair? Do y'all think maybe somebody should have advocated for him a little bit more? I mean, right is right, wrong is wrong. They did confirm that he absolutely knew exactly what he was doing. So, that was neither here nor there about whether or not he knew what he was doing, because they confirmed that yes, he knew that he was killing her mother. And I think at the time too, if you think about it, he honestly felt like he was he was protecting her, and they both kind of had some shortcomings and some mental health things going on, to be expected. But all in all, I think he really felt like he was justified in his action at the time. Now, recently, and it's been 10 years, he's gained a lot of weight. I think y'all have seen that, but he's still there. And she's home. I would love to interview her. I would love to just sit and talk to her. And I know she's gonna get all these different interviews. And Gypsy Rose, if you seeing this, comment, girl, I can't afford to pay you right now, but I mean, I don't know. But yeah, so I just feel like, maybe I don't understand how these doctors and things let this thing go for so long. The mother had a condition called Munchausen's by proxy, but now as clinicians, we don't necessarily use that term. Some of the terms fade out as medical things evolve. So now we use a term called fictitious disorder, which is still in that frame, which fictitious disorders have so many different variances to it. And so her mother suffered with that, which in and of itself has its own set of like delusional perception, or unrealistic perception. So her mother suffered with Munchausen's by proxy, and which she would make her child sick. Most of the time it's a mother to child, but it could be anybody. If there's other people that suffer with it, make cousins, sisters, family members, even their own. I've seen where nurses and doctors have done that to patients and things like that. Y'all remember that that nurse that was injecting people with like feces and different things like that, making them sick at the hospital so he could like take care of them and kill them, and it was just a mess. But anyway, we'll talk about that one day too. So that was the condition that Gypsy Rose's mother actually suffered with, was Munchausen's by proxy, but now we call it the fictitious disorder. And she literally had this girl thinking she was sick. Even Gypsy Rose herself said that she thought she was sick, like, because that's what her mother told her. But my thing is, y'all, I don't understand. Y'all help me chime in. I don't understand what was wrong with these doctors. How come CPS never got involved? Nobody in the medical system was like, wait a minute, something's not right. Let's get all her medical records from when she was little. Let's kind of follow up. Like, nobody did it. That woman had that girl's salivary glands taken out. I mean, what type of torture is that? She had her salivary glands taken out. I mean, honestly, like, what type of... her mother really needed help. And the father said that he tracked them down. He was trying to track them down. And Gypsy Rose said even to herself, when she was allowed to talk to her father, the mother would be right there. So it was like she really couldn't say anything. She said she was literally scared of her mom. She said she was scared of her mother. I mean, y'all, that's cold. That's cold. That is cold. Trauma and abuse will make you do anything. Now, when she met the guy and she, had gotten him to kill her mom, if you really think about learned behavior, she basically learned how to be manipulative, and that kind of became a survival mode, but she learned it from her own mother. So that kind of became like a survival mode for her, and she was able to manipulate this young man, which he already had the foundation for that type of antipsychotic behavior, and it was just brewing. And what they ended up doing was they ended up trauma bonding. So it's like a vibration. We'll talk about that too. We'll talk about spirituality and all sorts of things here on this channel. So like I said, y'all make sure y'all subscribe, hit that like button, and just keep coming back to see me. I'm gonna get this thing going. So, but anyway, so she literally had coerced him or got him to do whatever. She talked about the money that she had taken from her mom. She was in survival mode. She was literally like, I'm gonna lose it. And she said she just didn't feel like she could do it, and she had taken money from her mother's safe. But if you think about it, really was her money, but really wasn't neither one of them, because they was, it was like it was a scam basically. She said she would walk around in the house and her mom would just look at her or whatever. She knew she could walk, but whenever people would come over, she would have to play that role, she would have to play that role and everything, that she was that she was disabled. And I mean, can you imagine that? Can you literally imagine that? You can walk the whole time, and then when people come around, you have to act like you have some sort of disability and that you really can't walk. I mean, and then when people leave, you have to go back into your house or wherever with your abuser and just be okay with it. All of that is so psychologically damaging. That is so psychologically damaging. I mean, what would y'all have done? I don't know. I think she did talk about, having some suicidal ideations, but she, then she talked about what she would have. She never really talked about how she would kill her mom, but she did talk about like weaponry when she was discussing it with the boyfriend. She said a gun, and she said maybe poisoning her, but then she said she really couldn't figure out what type of odorless, tasteless poisons to purchase. Like, all of that is so psychologically damaging when you got to think about, how am I going to escape this person? And she said she honestly felt like if she told someone, her mom would just manipulate the other people, the doctors or whomever, neighbors, whoever, that she wasn't in her right mind. That's how brainwashed this mother had this young lady. I mean, it was just unbelievable to hear her talk. And I don't know. I mean, what would y'all have done? Like, how would y'all have handled that situation? I mean, we all could say what we would do, but you don't know what you would do unless you're in that situation, honestly. None of us know what we would do. So I'm coming along, so I'm just laying my acrylic. I don't know why I have my hand in my lap, but anyways, it's just an unfortunate scenario. And but I wish her the best. She is out. And I mean, they, allegedly the mother, Dee Dee Blanchard, allegedly her family members, after her death or her cremation, I have to find that out. Let's look that up. That they didn't even want to keep her ashes. I mean, allegedly that's what happened. I don't know. I mean, that is horrendous. I mean, and then what make it so bad, she even got Habitat for Humanity to build them a house. I mean, this lady was extreme with it. So, I just feel like the child just had to do whatever she had to do. She has a sister. Her sister is beautiful. Her dad, now they do say that something about her family, that Dee Dee's family did confront her or something about her. And I think that's when she ended up moving or something. She ended up leaving or moving or whatever. It's just, that is wild. So supposedly her family, Dee Dee, the mom, Dee Dee Blanchard, family members said that they had been trying to intervene or something when she was younger, but I don't know. It was just a mess. Her real name is Claudine Petrie. She's from Louisiana. It says she had a habit of stealing. Allegedly, this Swab family was saying she had a habit of stealing and making a spectacle when things didn't go her way when she was a kid herself. They said that they think that Dee Dee might have killed her own mother. We're going to talk about spirituality. We're going to talk about the universe. We're going to talk about vibration, learned behavior, boomerang effect, karma, all that kind of stuff. Now, supposedly, Dee Dee Blanchard, which is Gypsy Rose's mother, where Gypsy Rose killed her mama, got the boy to kill mama. Gypsy Rose's grandmother was killed by Gypsy Rose's mother. Like, this is so, it's wild. I don't know. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. And the dad was saying that when she was a baby, she swore out to him that the baby couldn't breathe and she had sleep apnea and she was sick. So early on, she started with this craziness. It has been nonstop. It has been nonstop. She even participated in Special Olympics, like at parades and stuff. Because her mother was bold. But so enough of that. So this is, I just had to get on here and share that. What do y'all think about the Gypsy Rose story? I would love to talk to her. I don't know. Y'all leave the comments below. We'll follow up with this stuff later on. But from my understanding, and then so supposedly she wasn't able to go to the football game. Somebody tell me about that. Something about she was she was going to the football game, but they said she couldn't go to the football game. Her parole officer or something. I don't know. I guess, I mean, you know, once you're a felon, you just got to go through the motions with everybody else. So, but anyway, y'all stay tuned. Give me a thumbs up. Y'all subscribe to this channel. I know it's kind of, you know, all over the place, but I really want to get on here because that Gypsy Rose thing has just been on my mind. And I wish her the best. And hopefully, you know, this tragic situation will turn into something positive. And a lot of times we think things that are happening to us, they're actually happening for us. And so that's why I see that frame with Gypsy Rose. But y'all stay tuned. Y'all come back. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for watching Kiki's Journey to Greatness. Be great.